I received this question that just made me stop everything, pull over, and record this video with Spirit flowing through the guidance that came for this question. The question was, how do I completely surrender? There's a lot of talk about surrendering to your divine purpose, to the divine, to the guidance. And she was saying, I want to surrender. I feel like I'm surrendering. I feel like I have faith in the divine and in where I'm being led. And I feel like I'm following my guidance, but the way she said it was, I just can't stop the doubt from coming and putting itself in my soup. And I loved that. Because it is something we all feel like we struggle with. Why? Even though I'm on this path of faith, even though I'm following my guidance, why does this doubt always, why does the ego come along always and just throw this handful of salt in my soup that is doubt? Okay. Really, the desire to surrender, to fully give up, whatever it is that our egos, that our minds are holding on to, is going to come out of not having a choice. So this is one of those situations where the illusion of choice is really the block. It's the illusion, it's the idea that we get in our minds that we even have a choice, but to surrender is the message I'm getting from Spirit around this. Because, when you think about the energy of the ego, of the mind, sometimes it does present in the tarot or in other spiritual tools as the devil energy. Sometimes it presents as that snake of the ego, that kind of snaky energy that comes in. That tempts us or works with us, if you're just looking at the shadow and the light, from a place of making us think or showing us the illusion that there's another way, that there's some other way to get what we want, that there's some way that we can get everything we want and release and compromise nothing. And really, the biggest block to surrendering is the mind's subconscious belief or message that there's somehow some other way. And that really points to us as humans wanting to control things. And no, I don't believe there's any one human who doesn't have this in some way. Sometimes we respond to the desire to control by going, I can't control anything. But we're always pushing against or working with this hidden desire we have as humans to control. And of course, that lower energy within us, that shadow or that devil energy, plays upon that and says, well, maybe there's a way. Maybe there's a way you can still be in control. Maybe there's a way you can still get everything you want, all your cake and eat it too. And then Spirit just stands back and goes, I'm going to wait until you discover that there's only one true way. And that one true way is to flow with Spirit, to surrender any resistance, to embrace everything as a gift that's moving you forward, even the things that feel really bad and hard. Okay. So it's about really acknowledging there is no other way other than surrender. There is no other path other than the path of surrendering to Spirit, surrendering to what we're being shown. It's interesting to me that while I was filming this or videoing this or whatever, there's no film in my phone. The lighting, the perspective, everything about the video started changing. So this is about feeling into, and that's a synchronicity, feeling into what lens are we looking through? What lens are we allowing our mind to put on things? Are we allowing the ego, the mind, the lower energies in our own selves, our own shadow, to manipulate us into believing that there's some other way that we can arrive at what's in our highest good and greatest purpose that doesn't involve surrendering or submitting to the divine? It's really interesting. So what lens are you looking through? Because if you're looking through the lens of everything that's happening for me, everything that's happening is happening for me, everything in this situation is serving me in my greatest good and highest purpose, lifting me up, if you look at surrender as everything is helping me. Whoa. Okay, Spirit, thank you. This is one of those situations where I thought, India, ego India, thought that I knew the message that was going to come in because I was hearing it, and here you go. And then Spirit just bam, hit me with it. All right, thank you, Spirit. What is the lens through which you're looking at surrender? Because surrender sounds horrible. Surrender, we're conditioned to believe never surrender, never give up. We're conditioned to believe those are the same. True surrender is using the lens that says everything that is happening for me, is lifting me up in my greatest good and highest purpose. Okay. It's dropping any resistance that anything else could be the case. Yeah. Because the mind comes in and goes, but what if it's not? But what if this is actually hurting you? But what if it's a trick? Okay. And it does that because because in the past, maybe you went with something and it felt right. It didn't work out because that was a lesson too. But now the subconscious, the ego, the conditioning is going to say, oh, but you got hurt before, remember? Maybe you can find a path where you don't get hurt. Okay. But it's not about that. It's about trusting that the path, even the hurts, even the pain, are serving you. Because that's the part that you've never been taught to do, that none of us are ever really taught to do, I would venture to say, that we're learning to do for the first time. To truly trust and know and work with that everything that's arising on this path is for our greatest good and highest purpose, and to look at that as surrender. Change the way you're looking, change what you're viewing as surrender. Okay. Also, I love the question because she said, how can I stop the doubt from coming in? And the answer there that Spirit's flowing through is embrace that you can't stop it. Embrace that part of the human experience, part of having a mind, part of living in a human body, subject to those energies that are just kind of those shadow energies that are just kind of going to come in. Just like the weather changes, those energies are going to come in. Just like our bodies are going to have discomfort and pain, those energies are going to come in. You're going to have doubt. You're going to have fear. Embracing that and then saying, leaning on the divine, leaning on your guides, saying, oh, there's that doubt again, there's that fear, it came in again. Please show me a sign, help me work through this, help me release this. I see this, I have compassion for myself in this. Of course there's doubt and fear, I'm a human being. Really writing that out. Because the energy we put into resisting it and saying, oh no, I'm on this path of faith. Why is the doubt and fear here again? Oh no, I'm doing it wrong. That's creating another snowball for the mind and for that lower energy to grab onto. And go, oh, see, you must not be on the correct spiritual path. Oops, see, you must not be doing it right. You better get back on the right path. Which is the ego and the lower energy trying to trick you, trying to pull you, distract you from the fact that you actually are on that path, and that the doubt and the fear are part of it. So embrace the doubt and the fear as part of it. Say, oh, I see that again. It threw that salt in my soup. Okay, what can I add to balance that out? What can I add over here that's going to balance that extra salt? I'm going to add some more talking directly to my guides about that, saying, oh, guides, I am feeling that fear again. Will you please help me? Will you please show me you're with me? Add some of that, different lens of, wow, I keep sort of punishing myself into surrendering. Like, oh, no. You're saying, oh, I've got doubt, I've got fear. You need to surrender. You need to surrender. This sort of really uncompassionate, harsh way of treating yourself. It's like, surrender, surrender, surrender. You're not doing it enough. But bringing more compassion to that. Balancing out that salt of the doubt and the fear with, okay, I'm going to bring myself some compassion. Of course you have that. Guess what? You are surrendering. because you're embracing even this opportunity to feel the fear and the doubt as something that's going to move you forward on your soul path, something that's lifting you up in your greatest good and highest purpose. Living in surrender and in faith does not mean not feeling the lower vibration things like doubt and fear, or even, you don't even have to label them as lower vibration. It doesn't mean that there's any feeling that's off limits. It actually means that none of them are off limits, and you're feeling all of them fully and trusting that each one of those feelings, each one of those experiences is leading you into more expansion, more growth, and more realization of your greatest good and highest purpose. So I hope this message serves you. Thank you to the person who asked that question. And thank you, Spirit, for flowing all that through. We'll talk again soon. We'll connect again soon.